What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Let me adjust the lighting there real quick. Perfect. What's going on, guys? What's going on, guys? My name is Ryan. Thank you all for joining. If you're new to my channel, like I said, my name is Ryan. It's gonna pop up right here. But if you're already a subscriber to the channel, thank you so much for joining the channel back. Now, on this topic of this video, we are going to talk about being a diesel tech versus being an auto tech. And if you're currently finishing high school, you don't want to go to college, but you're thinking about getting a trade to start making money really quick, this is the video for you. Now, luckily, I have experience in both fields, and I know what it's like, what I don't like, and I'm going to share it with you today. So guys, let's start off with the auto side. I've been doing automotive for about 14 years, since I was the age of 14. I'm 28 now. So since I was 14 years old, I've been working on cars from freshman year of high school all the way to college. I did take some breaks in between, but I've been doing it for a while. Even on the side, I've been doing it, messing with cars, obviously making my videos for y'all. And I love it. I love playing with cars. I love having tools. I love working with tools. I love working with my hands. What I don't like is working for people. Because in the automotive industry, a lot of the times you are mistreated. And that is the honest truth. There are times where you're going to fall into a very good spot where people do treat you with respect, where you are treated with kindness, and where you can work with someone or with anyone. Those people are rare, especially in the automotive and diesel industry. Now, in my experience, I have never fell into a job where I was working in a field that respected you, if that makes sense. No, every job that I worked in dealing with cars, it was a lot of disrespect. It just turned me off. So I ended up working for myself for a bit, and that's when I found my love for it again. And I had some guys working for me under it, and they ended up loving it as well. And I treated them kindly because I knew what it was like to be treated badly, and I didn't want to be that type of guy. So if I ever open up a shop in Florida, obviously I'm going to be treating people right. And I love teaching people what I know. If I know something, I love sharing the knowledge, because after all, that's what life is about. You got to share what you know. One thing you're going to find in the automotive field is a lot of guys are selfish. And I'm sorry if I'm hitting you guys with negative aspects. I'm just hitting you guys with the truth. A lot of people don't talk about this. They always talk about the peachy, fuzzy side where things are great. No, let me give you the real rundown. A lot of guys are selfish. They don't want you to know what they know because they don't want you to excel further than them. They had to figure it out. They had to find their way, fight their way through. So why help out someone else who's new, up and coming, that will potentially replace them? You know, you got to think like that. So a lot of guys are selfish. But let me give you a word of advice. Don't ever be one of those guys that are selfish. If you know something and you can help someone, help them, because you yourself will go further. If a younger guy comes in and the younger guy asks an older guy a question and the older guy's like, figure it out. Yes, he's teaching you to try to figure it out yourself, but he can also guide you, and there's a better way to doing that. Because in return, when the younger guy learns something that the older tech is not accustomed doing, that older tech is going to have to ask that younger guy, and if that younger guy gives him that same answer, he's not going to like it. So it's a mutual respect thing. So guys, don't be like that. Always teach others and always try to help and further your knowledge to others, because if we all become selfish and keep knowledge to ourselves, this world will never move forward. So that's one thing I can express to y'all. People are selfish. Try not to be that way. Be better than them. Being an auto tech is cool and stuff, but now it's like before it was a mechanic. You know, you're changing out parts, you're diagnosing, whatever. Now it's like straight up diagnosing everything, man. Everything is computers. You're basically going to have to become a computer scientist, start to work on these cars, get to know how to diagnose well. If that's one word of advice I can give you, diagnose. If you can diagnose anything on a car, look, anyone could change parts. Anyone can change parts. It's the easiest thing in the world. Okay, but if you're good at diagnostics and you know how to read the computer and read what the car's trying to tell you and this and that, you will make money for the rest of your life. You will never have to worry again. And that's the honest truth. You will become so valuable to a company if you are a very well diagnostics guy. You'll become very valuable, and you have no idea. That's the train again. Now on the diesel side, one thing I don't like about working on cars is that it's tight. It's a lot of tight spaces. You don't have a lot of room to work, and it gets frustrating sometimes. Now on the diesel side, they're not as computerized as cars yet. Are they getting there? Yes, because the latest truck I've worked on before I left the job was a 2021 Freightliner. And those are getting up there. It has a lot of sensors. It has lane control sensors. It tells you it'll automatically brake when you're getting too close. It does stuff like that. And it's getting there. It's getting to the complicated side like cars. Now, trucks are still easier than cars because everything is bigger. Obviously, you're looking for things, you're listening for noises, and it's not that hard to diagnose as cars are right now. They do have their ports that you can plug in and scan the computer, and you have you know, all these new stuff that's coming out for the emissions and whatnot. And it's not hard. It's not hard as cars, but it's easier. And honestly, if you could work on cars, you can work on a diesel, because I've been to both. And a diesel, the only thing that's different with it is it uses a different fuel system. It uses a different fuel source, and it's a different like fuel system, but similar to a car's fuel system, except these are a little bit more powerful. And if you don't really know what you're doing and you open one of them injectors while it's live, you're gonna have a hole in your hand, because I think it squirts out a ton of pressure. So just be careful. Everything is bigger, everything is heavier, and it's a lot more dirtier work than a car. You will definitely get very messy very quick. And but honestly, I've enjoyed working on trucks a lot more. The only thing, it definitely built up my strength. I have so much more strength now working on them trucks. Tires, I hated tires so much. Them tires is like this big to me. All right, I exaggerate. They're probably like this big to me. I would roll them like that. They're big. They're pretty big. And I worked on semi trucks. But one thing I wanted to always do was work on them construction vehicles and stuff, like Caterpillar and stuff. I always thought those were cool. But you guys got to be careful around some of these things, because these are things that can kill you. Brake chambers, air brake chambers. You don't know what you're doing, you can die. So there's a lot more seriousness when it comes to these trucks. Yes, you can die working on a car too. Things happen. Not as crazy as working on a truck, because everything is a missile in that truck that can, if you do one wrong thing, it can pop out and hit you hard. You can lose an eye, you can die. And it's serious stuff. You can lose a hand. It's not no joke. But it's super easy, guys. It's really not that hard. The air brake system is not that hard. It's not complicated to do. The brake shoes assembly is like 3 springs complete, and that's it, and it's on. I enjoyed it. Over cars, I enjoyed 100%. The only thing is super heavy. So if you guys are big and hefty and you guys don't mind heavy work and whatever, go ahead and go for it. But you definitely need strength to do that. If you're a weak guy and you have a lot of back problems and problems, you're not going to want to get into that, because having to take those tires off and having to lift up really heavy stuff is going to get to you. All in all, my word of advice to you guys, being a diesel tech definitely makes more money than an auto tech, in my opinion. Can you make more money being an automotive tech? Yes, you can. If you are fast at your diagnosing, if you're fast at your work and you aren't flat rate and you're constantly getting work, you can make a killing. Being an hourly guy as a automotive tech, you're not really going to make as much as a diesel guy. Starting off hourly in a diesel tech rate when I started off was $20 an hour. Before I ended, I was at $21 an hour. I know guys who make $30, $40 an hour. I've gotten job interviews to work on construction vehicles at $50 an hour, at 8 hours, sometimes overtime. So it's very possible to make a great living on them diesel jobs, but at what cost? It's going to be your health. Your body's going to get worn down really, really quick if you don't listen and do things in the safety, and if you don't do things in the proper way that it's supposed to be done, you're going to get hurt. Now, when I was in those fields, I never let anyone rush me. I didn't care what anyone said. If they call me slow, if they call me this, because at the end of the day, first of all, it's your name going on the paperwork. So if a tire comes off and kills someone, that's on you. You're going to jail. So I take my time. I never let anyone rush you. And don't ever let anyone rush you. I never let anyone rush me. Don't let anyone rush you. If someone is rushing you, tell them to sign off a piece of paper saying that you're being rushed, and you're trying to make sure that this is done correctly and safely, and that how they're rushing you, and just tell them to put their signature on that paper, acknowledging that they want you to rush. Watch how quick they're gonna stop bothering you, because they don't want to be in trouble when something happens. And remember, if you rush your work to please a supervisor or to please someone else because they're rushing you, at the end of the day, if something happens, they're going to pretend like they don't know what happened, and they're going to tell you that they've never told you anything, that you should have done your job safely, and you're going to get fired, possibly go to jail for killing someone if you did, or get written up. So written up is not that bad, but getting fired, why go through that? Take your time, do your job. If they have an issue with you, leave, start your own thing, learn what you can, start your own thing, and venture out. You'll make way more money than working for someone else, trust me. Other than that, guys, if you have any other questions, leave it in the comment section below for me, and I will definitely get to it for y'all. And if you guys have anything you'd like to add, please write in the comment section below. I love listening to each and every one of y'all. With that being said, peace out. Make sure you like this video for the YouTube algorithm, like always, and make sure you hit subscribe if you are not currently a subscriber. With that being said, peace out. I'll see y'all later.